Only watch this video if you haven't been able to solve the exercise yourself. Because watching a video is not going to teach you how to use Excel. You learn Excel by actually doing it yourself. Let's find when the goods of this PO number were received. So these exercises are about Xlookup, so I'm just going to start automatically with typing XL and then tap to select the whole function. So what are we looking for? The lookup value. We're looking for 5748196. Now Excel asks, where are you going to look for that number? Or where do you want me to look for that? Well, it's the PO number. So the PO number, we can find it over here in column A. Okay. Next, Excel asks, great, when I find this PO number in this lookup array, what do you want me to show? And we need to know when the goods were received. So that is the date of received. There you go. So that's column G. So I'm holding Shift and Control, and with the arrow down, we select it. So this is the solution. The value we're looking for. Look how the arguments turn black or bold. The array where we look for the lookup value, and then the return array is what Excel will show when it finds that value. Who approved this PO number? Let's do Xlookup. We're looking for this PO number. We can still find the PO numbers in column A. So Control Shift and arrow down. And then we want to know who approved it. So that's over here in column E. Control Shift, arrow down, and enter. Great. Who paid this PO number? So we're going to look for, again, this PO number, still column A. And then look at the titles. Paid by, that's the column we need, column L. That's the return array. Great. Now we need to know the invoice value of the PO that was approved by Michelle Jackson. So let's look up Michelle Jackson. Michelle Jackson. All right. Approved by, that's in column E. So we select the lookup array. That's where it's going to look for this name, Michelle Jackson. And when it finds it, we need to know the invoice value. So that's in column I. We find this. So this should be it. The payment date related by the PO created by Susan Walker. PO, by the way, means purchase order. Okay, so we're going to look for Susan Walker. Xlookup. Susan Walker. Where can we find Susan Walker? It's the PO not approved by, but created by. And there you go. And we need the payment date. That's in column J. Great. So we select the whole of column J. Yeah. Okay, and now there's a special question. We need to know what the approval date was of the PO created by Mr. Hans Thomas. But if Hans Thomas does not appear, so the PO created by, if the name Hans Thomas does not appear in column C, let's see what happens, because I'm gonna do a Control F and I'm gonna write Hans Thomas, and the only place where Hans Thomas appears is here in this cell. So it's not in here. That's a spoiler. So I'm just gonna do it the way that we've learned and then see what happens. we're gonna look for Hans Thomas in this column, all right? And then if it finds it, we need to know the approval date received. The approval date, it's right next to it. Okay, now I'm gonna do enter, and you see there's an error here. That doesn't look pretty. Yeah. So instead of looking at a dirty error, we want to see the words not there. So Xlookup is prepared for that. You might have noticed that after return array, there's more arguments. They're between straight brackets, so that means that they're optional. They're not mandatory. So if you don't use them, just like we have done in all the previous exercises, the function will still work. But let's now use them. So this argument is called if not found. So if this value is not found, we want to see the text not there. And because it's text, we put it between quotation marks. So there you go. Instead of seeing an error, now we see what we've written here in the fourth argument.